welcome back to Pirate Adventures. Where we last left off, our dear pirates managed to crack open a particularly difficult egg and escape a rather large hand, but found their way out of the castle into the way of Big Brother. Now, Big Brother hasn't seen them yet. But my question to all the pirates is, with these four eyes out of a silhouetted black pillar of darkness peering in your general direction, not at you, but in your general direction, what would you like to do?
Elizora, you're the expert of all things underwater, it seems. I'm assuming this is not something we want to be messing around with.
I never
What the hell
heard
is it?
until we I heard of Big Brother. I never ever seen or heard of such a thing before.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really think we're going to be able to, do anything against this, whatever this is. I guess we just hide. Right? Just hide
How
and
far
hope it all
away?
blows over. I mean, we
How
can't get
far
back to
are
the
we
ship.
far?
We need whatever this thing is to get us back out of the center circle again.
Yeah, we can't just swim up. It's too dangerous.
Back to the ear hole. It is.
The ear hole. Or do we swim all the way down to the ear hole while this thing's looking at us, or do we just go back inside?
Oh, no way we could do that while swimming.
At this time, by the way, there's this like static purple lightning caging around you. It's like almost like an atmosphere to this island. It's constantly going around, and there are these massive shocks coming from this void-like pillar of white, bluish lightning striking through under the water from the direction of these eyes. I have a question, Elizora, about your ability of understanding anything underwater and it being able to understand you.
Yep.
Do you have to be talking directly to it, and does it have to be directly talking to you?
Any creature is also fully submerged. You can understand their speech, and they can understand your speech. You can understand theirs. So, I guess if
Yeah,
it's
even if they're generically talking, it sounds like it would be fine.
I guess it's like if they're like this thing talks really loud, so I can hear him.
So you can hear the speech of anything underwater. If you can understand anything underwater
if it's loud enough. Yeah. If I was able to hear them under normal circumstances, I would be able to understand them. I would interpret that, and it's the same vice versa. So, if I was shouting really loudly, then they're more likely to be able to hear us.
Would be able to hear you. Okay.
But we're talking like bubbles, so maybe you see bubbles. I don't know, but
okay. So
the main key there is they have to be able to hear.
Yeah.
The speech.
So you'll hear from the creature that you're atop of. You slow and low, and then coming from the void. What have you brought, little brother?
oh shit!
Nothing. You. Protective are we?
I mean, are we? I think we should probably just go inside anyway. No, I don't like that this thing's looking at us. We're not going to make it down there. We're probably better off hiding in there.
From the voided pillar, these large, gargantuan by themselves tentacles begin stepping out. One, and then another, and then another. and then another. And these 4 large brownish scale-like tentacles are just reaching out of this voided space. And as it reaches forward, you see it comes to its top stretch, probably about 70 feet away from where you actually are, but generally hovering around the island. Get closer, brother. Let me see what infests you.
Oh no.
I don't like you saying that, Elizora. Should we be going inside right now?
I don't
Yeah,
think it
let's
makes
go
much
inside.
difference, perfectly honest.
I prefer the cover.
Need. I'm fine. You know how Mother feels about peering eyes.
Oh, not Mother again.
Who's mother? What?
This is
Right.
the Mother again. It's like talk
What
about
mother?
talk about Mother.
It's a family feud right now. We're in the
Yeah, it
middle of
sounds
it.
like
All right,
it,
let's,
yeah.
all right, let's go inside, but let's just keep the door creaked open. I want to hear what's going on.
Alright, we'll go inside.
Yep.
Just
You hear from the other room an echoing slamming,
oh my god, what from the other room?
like
What from the vault room or just like outside in the kitchen?
from the vault room. It sounds
Okay,
like
okay.
something is making quite a ruckus in there,
Okay,
breaking shit.
that's fine. As long as it hasn't like
We
gone out of that room somehow.
Did we shut the door behind us?
I don't think we did.
I don't think
No,
you did.
I
You
don't
just
think we did.
ran.
Yeah.
And we just
We
got
got what
out
we
there.
wanted and we just bolted.
Yeah.
We just assumed we'd be able to just, you know.
You hear, I'm fine, brother. Let me take care of it. What kind of brother would I be if I left you to it on your own?
I mean, unless he gets small, he's not going to get in here.
I mean, I don't know what's happening, but if they're talking about getting them here, I mean, they could just crush the building.
Now, that would hurt his brother. I don't think it would hurt his brother.
And it just
Okay.
begins to. You feel like a really powerful. Like you are thrown to the wall. Can you all make dexterity saving throws, please?
Did you say all of us?
Yes.
17.
14.
14.
14.
Oh, I think that's either a 2 or a 1 from me.
Excellent. Right, everyone that got below a 15, that's 8 bludgeoning damage as you slam against
That's
the
fine.
wall.
We got so
And
much to bludgeon.
you
Oh dear,
hear
I'm on low health already.
Elizora, run.
Where?
I'll distract. I owe you. Swim.
All right, let's go. He's saying swim and run. He's going to distract brother for us.
Swim?
Okay,
Can I
if you guys
cast and run
want
at
to
the same
We're in
time?
the center
think
circle.
about preparing anything, we'll discuss for a moment. I just need to quickly go do something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
We're in the
I can
center
throw out a
circle.
prayer of healing. I've got 2 4th level slots left, which should
He said
top
go.
us off, maybe?
Probably. It might be worth doing. I think you're the one with the most
Do
health.
you guys need healing? Because I'm low.
Yeah, you've got the most health out of all of us at the moment. Current HP.
Oh,
wise.
okay. I'll do a prayer of healing. That
We
takes
haven't-
10 minutes to cast.
We haven't
Towards
got
you
10.
what Arthur
We
says.
haven't got 10
Okay.
minutes.
I don't think we got 10 minutes.
Oh, can I not? Can I cast and move? Can I cast and swim?
Or ritual.
Oh, that's
The stretch.
Yeah,
Although it is
that's
just vocal, right? So yeah, it's just a vocal
Yeah.
component. So
Oh, if it's vocal, then yeah, probably. But then that's yeah, it's DM discretion.
but also like that's 10 minutes of us going somewhere, and what if something happens in this 10 minutes? That's still you wasted that spell slot.
Yeah, 'cause you use this.
Yeah,
That'd be DM discretion as well, I think.
it's the same as like I would count it same as I'm starting to cast a spell, so I'm using the slot. And if I was to
Right.
stop,
Like when you're preparing a reaction with a spell, like you cast
Yeah.
it before when you've got it. Yeah, that makes sense.
but it's definitely DM discretion, absolutely.
We have no
Mm.
way of moving quickly or quietly, do we? I can't imagine. Yeah, we've got no way of really.
I spent my polymorph. That would have been
You-
awesome.
Could you?
Cast invisibility, but
Yeah. Well, that's
Not
an
able.
option actually. That's a good.
I can disguise myself.
Well, what I was thinking actually, because you guys are fine familiar, right? I don't know if
Takes
you've
an
got a
hour.
Cast, what, even if you cast it?
Yeah, it's an hour.
Oh, okay.
So it's an hour
I
plus
thought, yeah.
10 minutes ritual.
Oh, there goes that one then. I was thinking like you could summon like a
And an octopi.
something, yeah, something that would just
killed.
swim really fast, and we use it as like a motor, essentially. Okay, so
Yeah,
there goes
burn
that
my
idea.
polymorph.
You burned your poly, yeah, you burned polymorph as well. 'Cause that'd have been a way of doing it.
That would have been awesome.
Was it like on a separate thing then? Your polymorph? Oh, it's an invocate.
I can use it once per long rest.
Gotcha.
Oh, I could have been a sperm whale.
All right.
So you're running.
I think we're gonna have to then, if that's if our only option. We were just seeing if there was anything we could do to like help us with it. I think invisibility is probably our only real thing, but then I don't know how much invisibility works underwater.
Yeah,
Because
still works. It's still
Okay.
harder to see you.
yeah, you just camouflage in with the water.
yeah,
But then
Or
you see bubbles or
yeah, but I suppose that's easier. That's easier to miss because there's always bubbles underwater, right?
you'll see the water move around though.
Yeah, but that's again
Oh,
harder
yeah.
to spot when we're so
it
small.
depends on how the creature that's looking for you sees.
Well, this is the other thing, right? If it's got like true
Got
sight
four
or
eyes.
something, it's got true
Yeah.
sight or blind sight or whatever really weird. Like I don't think there's like water.
Yeah.
There's no like there's no water version of tremor sense. I don't think, but oh, yeah, I think invisibility is probably the best thing we've got. Have you got enough though to give all six of us
Only three of
invisibility
us.
though? There's 6 of us. No,
Yeah.
6 of us. No,
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
only do 3.
3. It's not. Okay. Who picked up the other artifact? Elizora.
Elizora's got it. Who's technically deaf but can hear everybody in
she
the water
can
because of the
hear,
water.
Yeah, well, we don't know that yet,
No.
so we won't know that until we
She
get out.
hasn't even clocked that yet.
Yeah.
Well, it was. We know. She knows that she hears a loud ringing, but not why. Well, no, she doesn't know why, but doesn't know the impact of that loud ringing.
Yeah. I would say then to better our chances, if Alarias, Elizora, Tim are made invisible, at least then if the 3 of us get caught, you 3 can still carry on without us. At least you 3 would definitely make it back because you guys are the more vital to the.
What kind of
the crew, 'cause-
bullshit is that?
Well, if it's better half than none.
It's just. We'll do what we can, but we just gotta go.
Fine. Well,
Also, Tim had a question.
Yeah, can I swim and cast?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll
You've got
cast
swim
Prayer of
speed.
Healing over the next 10 minutes.
You've got swim speed. You've technically got water breathing as well to do the chatting, so yeah.
and yeah, his spell is verbal as well, so only. That shouldn't impact the swimming motion. All right then. Well, no time like the present then. And we'll,
Okay, so I have 2 questions for everyone. One, how are you swimming away? Slowly? Fast? Dashing? How many dashes?
Yeah, we
if
thought
so?
we'd be sneaky. Right?
at least, I think until we're clear, I guess we don't want to be sneaky until we're clear. Like once we know he's like looking in the wrong place, then I guess we would be trying to like sneak swim. I don't know how you would sneak swim, or how that's
So
any different
everyone
to
roll
normal swimming.
me stealth rolls with advantage because you are invisible.
Are we
we're
doing
not,
that?
We're not.
No.
We're not invisible.
We're not all invisible, right? We're half invisible.
Wait,
No,
I don't think we're even doing that.
We're no.
Oh, we're not.
You're not bothering.
We're not
Okay,
all
you just
invisible.
went.
Not enough. Not enough people agreed with the idea, so I don't think we're
Okay,
doing it.
not bothering. Cool.
So just
If we
normal.
do like slow breaststroke, like
That's
Yeah.
a 10 from me.
Is it with advantage still or not?
No, it's not
No,
with
that's without
advantage
advantage.
if there's no invisibility.
Unless we're doing the invisibility thing after all.
Doesn't
No,
look
it's
like
too
it.
late. You all said it.
Too late.
19.
13.
13.
I need a roll for Elizora and a roll for Tixbo. No, a roll for Elena and a roll for Tixbo.
Who was in charge of those guys? Or who's
Technically.
controlling them?
I'm in charge of Texpo, sorry. Johnny's roll for him.
And Vaela was?
I don't think.
Vaela had
No.
Elena.
Yeah.
It's an
Huh?
11 for him.
Okay. I'm guessing. Do I add anything for Elena or not?
You can use your stealth roll. I think it's viable. She's a very similar caliber of bladesman as you are.
Okay. Because I've got a +6. That's also a 19 for her.
Okay. There's a lot of failures in that group check.
Yeah.
Brother, you disappoint me. And there are Suddenly-
Whoopsie.
things as this tentacle reaches out and stretches to fling at you. It throws something, some rock or stone, but with the force it throws it, even though it's underwater, it still seems to pelt its way towards you. Can I have a
Scatter.
dexterity saving throw from all 4 of you? All, well, technically 6 of you, but I'm just going to let Elena and Tixbo survive based on your rolls.
Okay.
Thanks,
you say
that's
Dex-
13 from me.
Dex saving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a spell happening, or is it just a normal thing
No,
happening?
it's
No, we're
it's
dodging rocks.
It's
Yeah.
a rock.
Fine. Okay, that's
How's
fine.
my
21.
spell coming along after? How long's it been? Like 12 seconds.
Yeah, it's probably been like 12 seconds.
Yeah.
He
good luck
said,
with that. 21 for Vaela.
21. Okay.
I got 12.
12.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Just a
Tim?
22, technically.
Oh, sorry. Oh, is it not in the chat?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm not looking at the chat. Should be.
I had it and I said it was 12 or something. It was above
13.
10, I know that. There you go.
So that's 6 bludgeoning damage to anyone who was below an 18.
Ugh.
18.
Alarias is down.
Oh
No.
shit.
Oh.
That's good.
I could switch that to a mass healing word.
Might have
Do
to.
we want that?
It's either that or you're gonna have to drag him because you're the only one that's got a swim speed, right?
No.
But then, yeah,
No.
well, fair enough. But I think, Tim's a stronger one anyway, so it
Tim
makes
is
sense
strong.
for him to.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the mass healing word now, and then I'm gonna go back to chanting prayer of healing. So we max to you, Dan, which is 8 plus 3, 11. God.
Okay.
Everyone else gets 8.
Kind of miss Talari's heals now.
Yeah.
That helped.
Yeah.
He closed his eyes for a second and he's back awake.
Okay. As this stone is flung and it hits you, and you suddenly wake back up, you all see the island move towards this solid pillar of darkness. And you see it ram into this solid pillar of darkness and crush into it. And you see these tentacles like whip out forwards. And what looks like a gigantic tortoise claw comes in, attacking at the dark pillar.
Nice.
And there is a wrestling match as these two gigantic, gargantuan creatures are slamming into each other, one tentacle wrapping over the other as it's crushing through. There is a moment where you see a small other piece of this creature in the darkness, but then you see it is almost repulsed back in, like it is not allowed to leave. And it is just being pummeled and slammed, and then all your attention goes to running. You all go to swimming.
Thank
You
you.
swim and swim and swim until darkness, silt and seaweed and the murky waters, you cannot see what is going on anymore, just these small flashes of light, purplish and bluish, and you swim into these cold, dark waters. How long does water breathing last?
24 hours.
Yeah.
24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get to the next, where the spell ends, you are still swimming. Sorry, I just need to check. There's a child crying. Have a thought about what would you like to do? You are still swimming and cannot see the surface still.
I would probably just prepare water breathing. I can't cast it as I need a ritual.
Well,
I haven't got a slot.
well, you have. Well, you've got a 4th level, right?
I can't cast water breathing as a 4th, can you?
Well, you can. You can.
You can upspell.
Even if the
Oh,
option's
okay.
not.
Doesn't
Even
do
if
anything.
the option's not
Right.
there, you can upcut.
You
can
just
still
don't get the
upcast it.
benefit.
There's no benefit to doing it.
There's no way I could do a ritual. No, I could do a ritual.
10 minutes, we're all going to start suffocating.
Well,
No, but if I time it, because
Some
I
of
would
us.
have known.
Oh, if you time it,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
Well, again,
But
I guess that would be
question
a
is,
I don't
half
know
a
any
thing.
sense of time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is, do you have any concept of how long 24 hours has been? Like to the 10 minutes.
I'm a wizard, man. I've lived a long time.
Well,
I've lived
if
a
you
long
had, if you
time.
had,
We're
so
underwater though. We have no
if-
idea. We can't even see the sun.
if
We
you
have
had,
no idea.
if you had like the was it the memory feat, or the keen mind, whatever it is feat.
Oh, the keen mind one, yeah.
That's that. I would definitely say if you had that, that's a definite. But it's probably a push. Again, it's a DM thing. It's probably potentially a push.
I mean, I did drink the memory potion.
That was just
That's
restoring.
that's
I know,
past
I know.
memory.
It didn't give you super memory. That's not how. No, that's not how that works. But yeah, I think no matter what we do, we've got to cast that thing again. Because we have no idea how far. I mean, we're literally trying to swim.
How
back
does
to the
how
ship.
does underwater work? Because like it's Constitution minutes. Is that it?
Well, suffocation.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll have to look it up because I did read it the other day. It's not much. I'll tell you that much. Suffocating. Yeah, it can survive a number of rounds equal to its Constitution modifier, minimum of 1 round. Minutes. Yeah, a creature can. Oh no, so a creature can hold its breath. Sorry, there's 2 parts to this. So you can hold your breath for 1 minute plus Constitution minutes. So for like Vaela, she's got 2 con, so she can hold her breath for 3 minutes. After those 3 minutes, basically she'll have 2 rounds to survive because her con is 2. So it's not. It's
What
not
are you guys
great.
doing? You are far from the surface and still underwater.
So the question at the moment is Alarias brainy enough to be able to know that this water breathing's about to run out ahead of time?
It's
he have
your
a sense?
spell. You would. Well, now you're focused on swimming. I would say you know when it's about to end, but you don't necessarily know. Oh, actually, no. Okay, here's a good question. Do you have the keen mind feat? The one that allows you to know.
He was
don't.
watching
Time
the
of
stream
day.
while he was gone.
Yeah.
That's how
Based
it
on the
is.
sun.
No,
We were
unfortunately not.
literally saying this while you were gone.
Yeah. So what I'd say is, I think you'll know when it's about to end, like within a minute, but you won't be like, oh, in exactly 1 hour and 27 minutes, my spell will end. Like you won't have that kind of thought. But
Yeah,
like,
I can't time it.
but as a mage, you will know when your spell is about to run out. You will know, okay, it's beginning to lose its luster.
Is that enough to warrant a ritual cast 10 minutes? Will I know within 10 minutes? Is that too
No.
much of a push?
No. Like a minute. You'll have a minute before you'll realise when it's done. If it was a ritual
Okay.
cast in a minute, then I'd say sure, but no.
So in that case, when it runs out, he's going to cast in the 4th level slot to make sure nothing happens.
Does it increase the time or anything, or is it
No,
just
nothing.
Okay.
It's just I got no 3rd levels slots.
Okay. Are you guys resting while you can breathe underwater, or no?
Surface.
Wait until you hit the surface.
Figure out when we get to the surface, I guess, is the.
I mean, is there
Do my
any
heal, though.
I
Do we
will
know?
tell you. Yes, you will get the prayer of healing going.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm thinking, like, do we have any?
Yeah, it's 19 for everyone.
19.
Hey.
Wow.
Wow.
Do we have any like concept of where we are? Like, have we passed the edge of
It's-
the circle, or do we
it's-
even can we even tell that we're in it?
No. At this point, you're just in raging waters. You could be anywhere. It's very difficult to tell at these depths where you are. When you're nearer the surface, the center circle had like maelstroms and lightning and storms and that kind of thing. But at this level down, you could be in any part of the ocean. It is very hard to tell, especially with like how far your eyes can see.
Yeah.
Like you would struggle.
So we need to get our bearings. Really, we need to figure out where we're going.
Yeah,
Where
but
we
so
are.
we know from our crew that they're able to track our location with Bill and the
Yes.
artifacts.
So as long as we get out of the circle, well, we've got 24 hours, essentially. Well, kind of. Well, we've got 24 hours to get out of the circle. At least
Well,
after
to
that.
get out of
then
the
we can
water. Get on the surface.
Well, I mean, the 24
'Cause we
hours
can-
as well for. Yeah, to get to the surface. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. But we've got to get out of this. We want to get out of the surface, out of the circle.
Yeah.
So as long as we have an idea of where that edge is, I'm just wondering if like Tim would be the best person to just sort of go pop his head up, because he can get
yeah,
up there,
me
up and
or
down, up
Elizora,
and
right?
Mm.
well, yeah, basically to get up and down quickly, and gauge where you are.
Could we? So I assume it's been like hours of time we've been swimming now.
Yep.
Would we have been
Get
able
familiar.
to get our familiars back?
How would you imagine you cast to get your familiar back?
Just kicking with your legs, and then arms doing the thing. I mean, Elizora, I think Elizora has a swim speed, so
Yeah, Elizora has a swim speed. I'm not really worried about Elizora. I'd say Alarias would struggle. Now, are you planning on ritual casting it or using a spell slot?
ritual.
I don't know if you have to use a spell slot. Actually, do you have to use a spell slot,
Could be
Elizora?
ritual.
I have to use it as a ritual.
You have to use a ritual. Okay.
Oh, same, yeah.
So now, for me, casting a ritual spell, you are not under duress of movement apart from what the ritual is. I mean, you hardly see, anyone doing rituals in, day and age while sprinting, for example.
I
That's
don't know.
what
There
I-
might be like an Olympics or something like that, where like you say like how well you can do stuff in certain times. I can imagine that being quite an interesting competition.
Anyway, I'm going to go with no, unless you want to stop.
I was wondering this a while back.
We could
like
start.
with Tim, obviously, being a Tortle, he's got the swim speed. How could Tim, in theory, propel someone if they were holding on to him
You've got rope on us, right?
and maintain speed?
With
Tell someone.
an initial strength check, depending on how many people, yes, he could be considered a.
You could tow us.
He could tow you.
tow us,
Yeah.
underwater
Yeah.
towing. Yeah.
Yeah, I could tie you onto me.
Tim could be counted as a vehicle if you think hard.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I think what I'd say is. Oh, Tim, do you have a swim speed, don't you?
Yeah,
You
but
are.
we found out he had a swim speed, but he couldn't.
My swim
breathe
speed is
underwater.
the same as my walk speed, I think.
It's the same as your walk speed.
Yeah.
Okay. So theoretically, yes, Tim could drag you along at his walk speed. At his swim speed.
Oh, you saying while you summon? Yeah. Yeah, we can tie ourselves together.
But it would have to be a strength check from Tim to see if
Which
he
I
can
will
manage to
succeed.
pull all of you through.
Doesn't have to be all
At
of
the
us,
same time
right?
We don't need. I don't think. Yeah, I mean,
We're not
considering-
towing everyone, are we?
No,
Aren't
it's
I
not
just
being-
towing the casters?
We just do one
Okay.
at a time, right?
I'm
Just
just
do one at a
Yeah.
time.
going to put this out.
Or just
It
Alarias.
doesn't matter if it's one of you or three of you. All it's going to he's still going to have to do the check. All it's going to change is the difficulty of said
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll do one at a time then.
Yeah.
Seems the
Yeah,
most.
Well, if Elizora can do it on her own without any issue because she has a swim speed, then obviously she doesn't need
Yeah.
to be towed. It's just really then Alarias.
Yep.
That needs to be towed. So we can do that.
Yeah,
He's the lightest.
if you want
Yeah,
to
that's
ritual
true.
cast anything or you want to do anything like that, then I would say you have to stop and do a ritual and then carry on with your travel.
Yeah, otherwise you like start drowning. You can't really swim whilst doing hand signals or whatever is involved.
I mean, you guys got to remember, you're swimming in like deep ocean. There are underwater currents. There's general motion of like water. There's other animals peering in sometimes down here. Like, I'm breezing over it, but you've got to keep swimming and navigating things.
That's
Okay.
interesting. Out of interest, is there like a whale somewhere close by?
Roll a perception check.
Let's befriend one. Get another lift.
I'm thinking of a Monstro situation. Perception. Oh, that's a 26.
Okay. No, you don't see a whale.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping to
Hello
Yeah.
Talk to it.
I had the visual. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd have been handy.
Finding Nemo. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Elizora could just shout into the abyss, right, and hope something
Hope
answers
someone
back.
hears.
Until a shark comes. Yeah.
Yeah, also a possibility.
Sahagin, anything could.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's-
drowned.
although drowned,
Mermaid,
yeah.
merfolk.
Let's not go there. No, that's fine. So yeah, I guess find familiar.
So you taking a stop to find your familiar?
Oh no, because you have. Oh right, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably worthwhile because at the scouting, right? We can either both of us or one of us have a quipper to then scout the upper level.
Yeah, I mean it's worth wait. Yeah, true. It's worth waiting an hour and 10 minutes to not be then lost later.
Yeah.
It'll save us more
okay.
time because if we are just going to swim aimlessly, we'll be lost for a lot more than an hour and 10 minutes.
So we're going to save the tow-in for another time.
Yeah. Let's just stop and do it. I think that might be easier. I know we can get a short. Oh no, we can't get a short rest. But
No.
Yeah, we'll just do it. I think that might be the better option.
So two
Thinking-
quippers.
Yeah, they're the faster ones. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what speed do they go?
But then
40.
40.
Yeah. 40 feet swimming.
Do they have any like special sight or anything? Just dark vision.
No. Just a quipper is like a piranha.
Question. When it gets out of 100-foot range, it can no longer be telepathic with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So break this down. I could maintain my sight with it, but I can't give it any new commands.
Okay.
So within 100 feet, I can talk to it as much as I want, give it commands, whatever. And then outside of 100 feet, it's basically up to its own devices, and that it has to do the best to live up to the command I've given it.
The last command it had.
But
okay.
if I'm maintaining sight and like that connection with it, I maintain it. But again, that lasts beyond 100 feet as long as I've started it before 100 feet, and again, I can't give it any new information during that time while it's further away either.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just see and hear what it's doing.
So you take a break. You've now got 23 hours left of your underwater breathing.
22 hours and 50 minutes, actually.
22 hours and 50
Why would you
minutes.
reduce it?
Thanks,
I
bro.
mean, you want to be specific here, guys. Come on, it's like
When
Not when it's not in our favour.
so to skip ahead, so to speak, you will see the surface by the end of that water breathing through your quipper. Your quipper that will be dashing the entire way to get there.
Little hero.
So we're going as in the same. We're not stopping where we are. We're going with it, but it's obviously able to go faster than all of us.
Yes, so it will get there in a day. You will probably need another 12 to 16 hours.
I'll have to cast as a ritual another water breathing, and I'll have to, do it early.
We'll have to surface. There's nothing else we can do about it. We have to surface.
You won't know when it ends, not accurately. So you will get a feel for when it ends about a minute before.
I mean,
I've got no slots left, so I can't.
Well,
cast it.
no. So we might have some idea of time, right?
Yeah, you can have an estimation. So either
So it doesn't matter when during the 24-hour period you redo your ritual. You don't need to.
Yeah, it'll be anyway. It'll be early, obviously.
You don't need to wait until the last minute to cast to do it.
No,
You could do it like with an hour left to spare.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we're gonna figure out.
An hour. I think within an hour we
yeah,
might.
I will say you have the information that the quippers hit the surface at the time the initial casting of the water breathing would end. Like
Yeah.
it will have only just seen and hit the surface within about 5 to 10 minutes of that end.
But then while we're waiting for it, we would probably go, well, this has taken a while.
We would no doubt have to keep going as soon as the quipper goes, because it's only when quipper sees the surface do we actually know we can stop.
Yeah. Okay. So in that regard, then we'll say like a couple of hours before it finishes, just because you're trying to estimate swim at the same time. You can ritual cast. Start again. So you've got another 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got another 24 hours of water breathing. You will then hit the surface about halfway-ish through that. And
so we don't actually want to hit the surface right straight away, because what's at the surface with the quipper now? We can get it like closer, obviously, but we don't want to get.
So the quipper looking around. There are maelstroms. There are storms. It is cloudy, churning seas, high waves, crashing, smashing into each other constantly, is what this quipper sees underneath a storm of rain.
And how far to the edge does it see?
It's not going to know that.
Can it see the edge?
I was going to say it can't see an edge. It can see general like storms around it, but it can't see an edge. I suppose your definition of an edge, like a wall of cloud, I suppose, is what you kind of came through before. So it's looking for that. It cannot see an edge specifically. Everything surrounding it is just pouring rain, storms, cloud, and maelstroms.
We're probably in the center of the center circle.
Or at least
it's
close
a big
to
place, right? It's a big place.
Or do we send the Quipper to scope out how far away we are from the
I was gonna
edge?
say, they
So
can
the
go do
Quipper,
that
so the
while you're
Quipper
still
will have
swimming.
to come back to us to get that new instruction. Unless
Yeah.
unless my Quipper went up and your Quipper stayed with us until we got the information, and you can send your Quipper or my Quipper comes back.
Probably better. I was going to say we would have had one Quipper near us to scope
Yeah.
out, the area, make sure there's no danger coming towards us. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
So
I've one Quipper coming back, and your Quipper can now scout in a direction, and we can just follow it
Okay.
until it looks bad.
So in that regard, what I'll say, Cliff Notes is, in about 5 to 6 hours, you'll get to the edge of the center circle. You guys haven't rested in this time, so I'm going to say everyone's going to have to take a level of exhaustion.
Fair.
Is the first one slowing your movement speed?
No, disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, just wanted to clarify. Okay.
Second one is half speed.
Second one is half speed, right?
Yeah.
You are going to get very near to that time of still not resting, probably about an hour before the edge of the center circle. And this is just the edge.
At least we're at the edge.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, so that's my question. Do you want to try rest in the water with water breathing? Like, you can recast it in ritually and try to find like a bubble of water, or just a section you want to swim in while the Quipper goes round. I don't know.
is there like an underwater thing we can sort of anchor ourselves to?
Not really. It's just depths around here. There's
Just
no.
so if we tie each other together by rope, I guess we won't all drift apart.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
As long as one of us can stay awake. I mean, yeah. As long as, or we just take.
Elena, not Elena. Yeah, no. Elizora and Alarias don't need as much of a short rest as you guys do, considering we're elves.
True.
So we'll be able to.
4 hours.
It's either that or one more
Better
level of
take turns.
exhaustion, but you will get to the edge, and then you can call for help and whatever else. But you will obviously have 2 levels of exhaustion. Be out on the edge.
That's like
of
two.
water.
That's like 2 weeks of recovery.
Yeah. That's a lot.
I think we need to stop.
Yeah. I mean, we're at the edge, right? So
Well, we're near the
nearly
edge.
there. Yeah, but we're nearly there. Right? We can see it.
We've got a
If we were,
direction.
if we were still like we can't even see the edge at this point, that'd be bad.
I mean, it still might take time for the ship to meet us anyway. Like we'll have to get far enough away from the maelstrom
Yeah.
for them to be able to come pick us up.
Yeah, but at least we'll be out of sort of dangerous water. We can kind of take it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Quote unquote easier.
Yeah.
Once we're on the other side.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. All right. We'll do that. We'll try to do underwater resting as best we can.
Okay, so the plan is tie you guys together so
Mhm.
no one drifts apart.
Yeah.
Those that need to sleep, sleep. Those that can do like little trances, do little trances.
Yeah. I mean,
The underwater breathing on, it's as comfortable as anything.
Yeah.
It's like having a waterbed.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we always have enough people that are not sleeping that will weigh down the ones that are, so you don't have a situation where it's like they're just drifting off. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So
I
like
think
maybe
you're
like
all
2
right, 'cause
people
there's about-
sleeping and 4
I
people
was
awake
going to
or
say there's
something.
6 of you, and you only need to take like.
There's Quippers
minute,
as well.
And you've got. The
Yeah, but they're
Quippers,
not
that's
gonna
true.
haul anything, right? They're tiny. Well,
Yeah,
they're
they're not
small.
gonna. But they.
No, but
they
they're better.
can
Nudge.
watch.
Sure. But
They
yeah,
can slap you in the face with their fins.
Yeah.
Wake up.
that was more the thing though, just to make sure that we don't drift. We don't just accidentally drift off. Make sure more people are awake than sleeping at any given time.
Yeah. No, I think that's manageable with 6.
Yeah, you need to. You can have in a normal rest. You can have 2 hours of awake time during
Yeah.
that 6-hour period. So.
And the other thing is, like, 2 of you are going to be trancing, so you'll be like the partner in those watches, essentially.
Yeah.
So there will always be 2 people at a time, so that's fine.
I've got slots back, so healing's on the cards. If anyone
Remember,
needs
it's a
help.
short rest.
Is There's a short
Yeah,
rest.
yeah. Short rest refills my channel divinity, which I can cash in for spell slots.
Sweet.
Just clarifying.
Nice.
Okay, you can all take a short rest.
Nice. I will probably roll some dice.
3, 4,
that
5,
case-
D8.
Where's my 8?
I got the 52.
I'm maxed out.
56. That'll do. Had to use 4 die, rolled like 3 and below, which was really annoying for a D8. But never mind.
Dog shit bit. That's annoying.
And I've got my other spell slot back, but not polymorph. Boo.
Okay.
Yeah. Got some slots.
I could have been a sperm whale. It would have been amazing.
Short rest. You all still have 1 level of exhaustion, obviously, but you do.
Yep.
make
What
it
does that
to the
do?
surface. Disadvantage on ability checks.
Woof.
Yeah.
You do get to the surface. You do get to the outer edge of the center circle, and you can very nearly make out the edge of the Jolly Roger.
Oh, already. Nice.
Seems like it's sailing towards you. It is not alone.
Oh, lovely. Oh,
There
I bet
are-
it's-
Other ships behind it, and another one that you recognize,
Commodore.
Yeah.
the Cutlass.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, that's the Commodore ship.
That's the Commodore ship.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Roll.
Yeah, because I did kind of ghost him, which probably isn't a good thing.
The first thing you notice when a rope is thrown down from your ship, now before the Jolly Roger, magical ship, the ropes acted more like arms or tentacles. They reached down for things, they wrapped themselves around knots and such. This dangles like a regular rope. Do you take the rope?
I guess. Can I see who's? Oh, I suppose I can't see who's actually lowered it.
It's too high up when it's a man of war. It's a
Yeah.
big
Hey,
ship.
Roger.
Can you call out? Call out.
Yeah, but Alarias, do you want to call out?
I don't know what to say now. Call out saying that we're back. What's going on with the Commodore?
During
It's no
our
response.
short rest, can Elizora attune to the water whistle?
Yes.
Oh,
Dear me.
The minute your head comes out of the water, Elizora, all you can hear is this white, hot noise. And you see Alarias' mouth moving. No words coming out. There was no response to your call out, Alarias. The rope dangles there.
Lovely. Well, look alive, people. This is most likely going to be a hostile situation. But we best get up there, and we can't do much from down here.
What does
She'll
the
start
water
climb-
whistle do?
She'll start climbing the rope.
Sorry, hold on, Matt. You're right. You've attuned to it. Let me give you a spiel.
I know my deafness has earned something.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. But then I do wonder, actually, could you get around it in the same way Bill does? Because Bill sees through his familiar, even though he's blind.
It does specify that you are the one that's deafened.
So if you
Ah.
could
Yeah, I
in
can't
theory
hear through
listen
mine.
through your
I
thing.
need an hour to move it back to a hawk, which I would
Yeah.
want to do anyway.
But would you?
But I'd need an hour.
Well, this is the thing. Yeah. Exactly.
Although I guess.
You got a message?
Well, so I guess well, I've got two questions. The first being above. Does the air above the in the center circle, is that like really windy? Is that really like dangerous?
In the center circle,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
And
it's
it's like-
storms, it's maelstroms.
Yeah.
You've essentially got tornadoes coming down and then spinning on the water as well. Like it's dangerous for both sea life and bird life.
And we saw the Jolly Roger straight away, didn't we? When we
Yeah.
came out.
Yes.
Because Vaela was going to say, well, change your thing to a bird to go get it, but if we already saw it, then she wouldn't have said that.
It almost met your arrival.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because following the logic, there's no reason for Elizora to want it to make it her hawk straight away, like as soon as we're near the surface, because it's too dangerous for it to do its scouting thing above the water.
Yeah.
And because it's right there, yeah, I would need an hour
No, that's
to
fair.
be able to. So can't hear for a minimum an hour.
So yeah, she'll climb the rope.
Can you climb?
Very, very attentive, obviously, to what's above in case someone leans over and tries to shoot her or something. But she doesn't. Yeah, she's very wary of this. She thinks it's been taken over. It's been commandeered.
Well, I don't see the Jolly Roger Roger Reginald allowing that to happen.
Well, this is the thing, right? If the rope isn't activated, means either he's been dispelled or he's hiding specifically. Either way, those two things aren't good. So, as you said, there's no reason for him not to be there, unless something was wrong.
As you ascend the rope, climbing up using the last of your strength after your long, arduous swim, you are met at the top by fleet uniforms, pistols drawn, rapiers at the ready, and a familiar, slicked, black-haired gentleman with a thin goatee, piercing blue eye, staring down at you as you ascend. Now, I believed there was an agreement that you and all of the pirates would be forthcoming with their retrievals. But I guess my assumption was that you would also be forthcoming with your losses. Now, to my understanding, you no longer possess the trident. Am I incorrect?
Yeah, well, there's no being about the bush. Yeah, that is correct. However, situation deemed that we were unable to contact you at the point of when we lost it. Because the artifact, the one we have just acquired, which I'm sure you're aware of, was right there. So either I contact you, like my sort of, annoying uncle, that, oh, I've lost this, and then lose the other one, or I actually do something rather than just sitting on my arse all day to acquire the next one.
He starts like pushing his hands together a little bit, squeezing them to annoyance, anger, but kept under a thin-lipped grin. Now, I was hoping you pirates, you people, would rise to the occasion of such a thing as the apocalypse, but I see now I was right all along. I can only do this myself. I can only trust myself. So I have taken it upon myself and using what things I can. I have impeded some of your other council members in a gentle request for their artifacts to put them in the right hands. I have no ill will plans with them. I will not destroy every pirate in all flood. No, my plan is to keep them safe. Away from all of y'all, away from even my hands, but away from even more dangerous hands, which I believe you have failed to protect them from. Now, luckily for me, I am meticulous in my planning, and I am also very, very prepared. And he looks back and he says, Barrett, have you retrieved all of the artifacts at this point on this vessel? I have, sir. Yes. Good. Good. I am so glad you were so willing to participate. The shock on Elena's face is completely jaw-dropping. Now you're very lucky, because of my bartering with said gentleman. I have agreed to not kill all of y'all. I have also agreed not to leave you in complete disarray. You can keep your vessel, you can keep your goings-on, but if you interfere with me and the artifacts again, I will not hold back anymore. I will give you every fury I am capable of. Is that understood?
How many of them are there?
What fleet? Soldiers? Just on your vessel? 60 to 80?
We can take them.
It's a big vessel.
I
I'll
mean,
let
with
you ponder what's just happened for a moment. Sorry, it's kids crying again.
with
One
old Roger Reginald, maybe can help, but
We step in.
Where's the rest of the crew gone? I guess they've just locked them all up or something. I think we're so spent as well. If we were
We've
at
got to
full
be
power,
careful, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Might-
fine if we were topped off.
yeah. I don't see any way around it.
Sneaky little berry.
You know what? That little shit was. Yeah, and well, someone was obviously leaking everything, right? And it kind of makes sense, I guess, in a way, because he knew all the info. Because he always seemed to know where we were. I think Vaela just generally thought it was probably the crown or something that they had, because we don't know all the other rest of the artifacts does.
We got such a big crew as well. It could have been anyone.
That's the thing as well. Yeah, and Barberi's always been a bit of a he's always concerned all the time. So,
He's in everything, like most of the conversations.
and that's the thing. There were suspicions, but not enough to be accusation, nothing concrete, But yeah, I just don't think there's anything we can. Where's my crew?
Oh, don't worry. There. Tied up. Just for now. In your hold, to be specific. You can let them out after we're done with our transaction. Now, I have agreed with Barry that y'all can go free. But I did not agree not to remind you what you're dealing with.
So this is the thing I'm very unclear about. You seem to think that we have broken our truce in some way. But as far as I'm
No. I want to be very, very clear now. I understand you did your best capability, but I can see now that is worthless in the grander scheme. You have failed to protect one of the artifacts in your possession. You have lost such a powerful thing, so important in what is coming, that I cannot truly believe that you would willingly let such a thing go.
Do you think we did it willingly?
I think I failed to accept your capability, and I thought you could do better, but you cannot. So I am taking over to make sure that no more mistakes are made.
So, Mr. High and Mighty, how do you plan to retrieve said trident? If you have all the answers and all the resource at your disposal.
The
all those-
trident may be lost, but I know as long as I can keep the others safe, I can avoid what is planned to come.
So basically, you feel that you can make everybody safe by being the most powerful person in all of Flood.
It is all you pirates ever think of. Greed, greed, greed. No.
No,
No.
actually, that's not what pirates all think about. We think about freedom, not greed, but freedom. Freedom is not being oppressed by someone who thinks they're better than everybody else because he has a nice suit and a sharp beard. Freedom is to be able to go wherever you want, do whatever you want, while still adhering to a code of conduct. And we follow that code. You, sir, are the one who cannot seem to follow his own rules.
There's a flare.
The person breaking the truce here is not us lawless pirates, but the one who's in theory supposed to be all omnipotent and be able to enforce his will onto others. Can't seem to be backing up his own agreements.
Licks his lips, bites his bottom lip, like frustration. He even turns around, puts his hands on his shoulders, clicks his neck, and looks up. And you hear him mutter, I wish I could just let them all go to hell, but I can't. Do you really think that having all of the artifacts is a blessing? Do you think that amount of responsibility is something I want? No, it is something I must do, because you have shown your incompetence. I do this because the world must be kept safe, not under my rule, not under my laws, simply safe from death, from flooding, from fire, from Armageddon. I am doing this out of necessity, because you have proven to me that relying on anyone else is a fool.
And what makes you think you're more qualified? I mean, like I said, as I've said before, you seem to have ignored. You're the one that isn't able to follow up on what these agreed to. We didn't have a hard deadline. Yes, we may have lost the trident, but how do you know we're not trying to go and get it back? You just assumed that we weren't. Or better yet, if you were a man of your word, you would assist us. But no, instead, you'd have decided to break your agreement and just, I don't know, flick your dominance around everywhere. Backed up by all your 100 soldiers to make you feel like a big man. But at the end of the day, what, you've just, you're not measuring up to anything. I don't really think that these artifacts are any safer with you than they are with anybody else.
Roll a persuasion check.
Alright, here we go. Oh, fuck, I've got disadvantage.
My guidance?
Well, I think
Your
guidance.
You're close
No
enough to
guidance.
guidance.
Right. Where's it the
We'll
D4?
allow the subtle guidance.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame, because I've got a +9 on persuasion, but with disadvantage, that could be rough.
I don't think he'd be into destroying them, would he?
It sounds like he wants to just lock him in a vault somewhere, but obviously,
Yeah, that's what he says.
it's. How long will you hold on to those things without the temptation to?
And if you're putting them all in one
it's-
place, maybe that is what's causing flood.
It's
Causing
the
the new flood in the first place.
yeah. Well, it's a Thanos thing, right? Like he had to destroy the stones because he was saying like, spoilers, but because the temptation to use things so powerful is too great, right? And it's the same thing here. Like there's no way, even if he assumes now, and he could be telling the truth, that he doesn't plan on asserting dominance, he just plans to just keep them locked away. That's fine, but was it total power corrupts totally or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolute, I think.
Yeah.
Absolute. Yeah.
Absolute
there you go.
power corrupts absolutely.
There you go. Close enough. 21. +1, 22.
That's your low roll, yeah?
That's my low roll, yeah. Got a 16 and a 12.
Oh, the
Looks
Baldur's
all-
Gate bonuses piling on there. Sorry.
He looks away for a moment. Looks out to the center circle, just for a moment. A small wince in his eyes while he looks in that direction. He looks back at you. Goes, if I've been so wrong, prove it to me. Take enough of my men to fully man this vessel. I will take what artifacts you have if you can retrieve the trident. You can have them back.
But then again, that leads us to exactly the same problem, does it not?
The best deal we've heard yet.
And also, if your crew, your soldiers are on my vessel, they are my crew, not yours. While you're on this ship, while you're working on this ship, while you're serving this ship, it's my orders that are followed.
I cannot guarantee loyalty of my own soldiers. You would have to earn their respect. If you do, they are loyal to the captain that they are commanded by. I've seen it for myself. But I want to be very clear about this. If you cannot retrieve the trident, then I am keeping these artifacts. Whether I destroy them, whether I hide them, whatever I do.
Tridents do we hit? What do we actually have? Still, so we've got the obviously we've got the whistle, we've got the glow, right? What else do we actually have?
And in fact, I will accompany you on this vessel myself.
Will he now?
Because I do not need 60 men to protect myself from you.
Just seeing what we actually have. Oh, okay. To be fair, he can fucking have the whole hag's bowl. I don't want, I don't want it. I don't want it. And the pistol's technically not an artifact, so he wouldn't be interested in that anyway. Even though
Do we still have the pistol? I thought it was disposed of.
It's in Elizora's bag.
Right.
Elizora
But it-
confirmed to Tim that she got disposed of it.
So, right. Now, my counter thing to this, as you are gracing me with your crew and your men, I'll happily pass over the hag's bottle that we have.
I will take all of your artifacts.
No, wait, listen, again, you're not listening. You're imposing it, not listening. We will require the Rubik's Globe to find the trident. I mean, assuming you want us to find the trident, I assume you'd be sensible enough to give us the tools, the appropriate tools to find it.
Yes,
We
don't be
will
dim,
take-
old man.
We will take the whistle as well. But I agree, you will need the globe.
Do you know what the whistle does?
I
How
have
would
an
we?
inkling.
What if it is useful to what we need?
It is not.
How do you know?
Your friend has not been able to hear us for the last 20 minutes.
She looks over to Elizora. Elizora, can you hear me? Well, okay, right, that's new, but there's a good chance this cube, this globe, may Bill blind. It could be that the ability that she's been granted for the cost, because artifacts, why they seem to cause bad things, tend to give good things.
The
Obviously,
deal is there. Enough of the bargaining. We will take the other artifacts. You can keep the globe. I will accompany you, restock your crew with my men, and we will find the trident together.
Could he give us more information? It feels like he's still holding out on us.
Would you like
What's
to
up?
ask?
What's happened to our crew?
They're in the hold. He's tied them up. Right. I'm going to assume that if you've done all this homework and you've gotten Berry to spy on us and feed you all this information, you've used your time effectively and figured out how to get the trident. I mean, you obviously know where it is, because
Oh,
Berry
I
would have
know
told
exactly where it is. My question
How-
is if you have the guts to get it.
you. Oh, easily. That's not the issue here. But what I don't want to be doing is swimming around the Astral Sea doing like Hainless chickens. I've literally just spent the last 5 days trying to do that underwater. I don't fancy doing that again. So we'd obviously gonna need to recuperate at least. But I mean, obviously if we have a plan going in, that's gonna be much more beneficial. Or do you want me to do the thinking for you?
He smiles slightly. Well, you did say that I do not know everything in your own matter of words, so I suppose I will give you this. I know where we need to go. I know where the trident is, and I know how you're going to find it. I just hope you have the balls to do what's necessary.
From where I'm standing, my balls are bigger than yours, mate. I don't think you would have survived underwater in the center circle for 5 days.
I think you'd be surprised.
Well, fine. She'll pass over that. She'll throw the hag's bottle at him. Pass it over, underarm throw.
He catches it with incredible reflex and then just passes it to a soldier and they take it away.
Right, now, the next part, which I'm going to assume isn't going to be pretty. Elena, I'm probably going to need your help with this one, because if Elizora is deaf, that means she's attuned to the thing. If she's attuned to the thing, I think I have enough first-hand experience with these artifacts to know what that means. You're not going to give it to us peacefully.
He leans into you for a moment and just says, if you can get her to hold it out to me, I will be able to retrieve it from her. But she must do so, not willingly, but she must at least outstretch her arm.
Has anyone got a
No
piece of
harm
paper?
will come to her.
Has anyone got any piece of paper? Because if she's deaf, and no matter what I say, it's not going to happen.
I can do
Lars,
you one better. I
parchment.
can message.
She won't hear it.
Try and hear it.
No. He's
Because
got plenty of parchment.
Because it's a whisper, right? So
I'll tell you what, I shall communicate with her if it comes down to this. And you see him look at her, stare dead at her. Just deadly stare.
Vaela's going to slightly step out of the way because she doesn't like how potentially Elizora is going to react to this.
Elizora takes a step towards the edge of the boat.
Doesn't seem like you're handling it very well. Let's hope you don't lose another artifact, eh? So secretive. So secretive.
I was tempted to do a deafen moment, but I feel it's a bit cruel, and it's also really hard to get your attention afterwards, so I'm not going to bother with that.
No, that's fair.
I don't like this, Arthur.
I know you don't. This is it.
I'm very curious what he's going to say or do to potentially get Elizora to do something like this. I mean, Elizora, even not cursed, Elizora is not the type to do anything like this.
She's stubborn.
Let alone when she's literally can't give it up. And obviously she hasn't got the benefit of understanding what's been happening for the last
Nope.
however long.
I've been conscious to try and keep quiet.
No, that's fair. That's perfectly fine. I was tempted to just say to him, you get it off her, if you want it so bad. But I thought that might turn out bad for Elizora. I bet he's going to want me to jump into the Astral Sea. It's going to be something stupid like that, or fighting one of the boatmen or whatever it is. It's going to be something ridiculous.
Gonna be
he's gonna
dumb,
want
isn't
us
it?
to do.
No, brother's gonna have the trident
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
down in the deep.
But the thing is, we're going to need a long rest, right? No matter what we do, so he's got to at least allow us that. Because doing anything with even with a level exhaustion is not going to be good. And we're going to need all your magic back.
Yep. Gonna need to be at full power.
Come on.
It's really knocking heads on this.
I know.
Just being as stubborn as you want her to be. Let's be real. She stands. Detention. I know. So she stands as close to the edge of the boat as possible, but she will put her hand out, and she'll make the Commodore come to her.
He walks over, grabs the whistle. There is a surge of sea green in his eyes, and each crystal on the crown glistens. You feel, Elizora, your hand get hot, but not quite burning hot, just hot, like a warm touch. Your fingers gently release as your eyes kind of glaze over for a minute, and then you blur out of it. And he takes it. He says, "Very good. You're no longer attuned to the whistle." He passes it back to a soldier. They take it. "Now that we can all hear, I have a plan. Your vessel is more of a fortress than mine is, but mine is faster. So I ask you this question. Which one would you rather take to the astral sea?"
Ours.
"Well, all right then. We shall
Almost
take your
immediately.
vessel."
There wasn't like a thought process, by the way, to that. That was like, no, ours.
If you had said anything else,
Yeah, exactly.
immediate coup.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, we're taking ours.
"Well then, I suggest you go talk to your crew. And perhaps," and he looks over at Barry, he sort of says, "perhaps it is better if you stay on my vessel. I do not need any backstabbings or revenge on this mission."
I agree. You are dismissed, Barry.
"I understand." And he looks.
And Barry,
Hmm.
I hope it was worth it.
He looks over at Elena, and then back at you. "It was." And he looks at the Commodore, and he says, "She's free and off limits." The Commodore nods. Barry walks away.
Your father would have disowned you, bastard.
He disowned me first. He carries on walking.
Before you start talking about any plans, I'm going to go untie my crew. Well,
Explain
crew
to
that
them
is.
the situation. I made sure that my boys didn't rile them up too much, but I can't guarantee there won't be some hard shoulders.
Oh, I don't doubt that. But, well, we're professionals, so we should be fine.
Good. Also, your ship, whatever sentience is in it, we can bring that back. It's just a simple anti-magic device we have. But don't you worry. We can
good.
return that back to my ship.
Why? Why would you not return it to this ship?
The
As in
magic thing.
The anti-magic
Oh, I
device,
see.
so
I
that
thought you
your
were gonna,
ship
like-
can return to its sentience.
Okay. The way I understood that was okay. That's fine. Well, again, we got to give us all the tools that we to our disposal. So while I'm talking to my crew, you can start on that. And remember,
No problem.
I am the captain of this ship.
I will simply be observing and giving my advice. I will not command anyone while I am on your vessel.
Good. Glad to hear it. You'll go downstairs and get the.
Before you go, there's just he like very quickly, almost very like super speed, kind of just steps in front of you, and he just suddenly goes, "However, if your command happens to be to my demise, I do unfortunately have to specify I will kill everyone on this vessel."
See, Commodore, this is where we're different. When you are on this ship and part of my crew and under my command, your life is not expendable. Everyone on this crew is my responsibility, and it is my responsibility they survive. Your life, while serving under my crew, is as important to me as my crew is, as anyone else.
That is fortunate to hear. I do not know the type I am dealing with. We've only had a few interactions.
Well, you've got time to learn. I'm sure you're a quick study.
Oh, I am. I truly am. He sort of like calls a couple of officers over and starts talking to them very specifically.
Okay.
You can go down to get your crew.
I'll leave Elizora and Alarias up on deck to keep an eye on, and me and Tim will go down, because just in case these guys have been beaten up, Tim can sort something out. So I'll take Tim down with me to the brig.
When you get down there, no one looks particularly badly harmed. Like a few strengthened knots on the wrist. But generally speaking, no one's been overly beaten up. Even the ones that seem a bit more wryly trying to get out of their chains. It looks like however they were taken down was, set to stun. It was very much a humanitarian way of taking them down. There wasn't much violence.
Okay. That's good. So, yeah, to sort of skip around it, I guess, Vaela will explain the situation, and that it's probably the best situation that we've got to do what we need to do. But they are ordered to play nice. They don't have to be friends, they just have to be civil. But for all intents and purposes, they are part of the crew. Imagine, I don't know, they're defectors or something, But doesn't mean they're allowed to take the piss.
Mm-hmm.
So just prove that we are the better people, kind of thing. I suppose the question there is if anyone's foaming at the mouth, seething, that I need to sort of rectify or sort out.
I'd say quite a few of them are angry.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are looking at their odds and are kind of like, yeah, we can't really get out of this one.
As long as none of them are like, I don't know, at least obviously going to go and backstab him in his sleep, because let's face it, he's not getting an officer's bail thing.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Although we never down a quartermaster, I guess. Okay, that's fine. So I'll get them to sort of attend to get sort of back to their duties. Get their officers around the ship to understand what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. Get them a feel of everything, where everything is. Obviously, nothing too sensitive, like where our stuff is, but enough to operate the ship, and so on and so forth.
The Commodore seems quite happy to pull rope, man cannons, general deckhand work.
Cool. The crew appoints a quartermaster, don't they? It's the crew that does that.
The crew usually votes for a quartermaster, but in the interest of time, because sometimes voting can take quite a while, if you have someone you would like to put forward, I'll take it.
I'm trying to think who would be good. Who's our thing at the moment? So, Tim Felton, because they obviously look after the actual crew. what other apart from like maintaining the crew and their morale and all that, and their concerns, is there anything else they do? Like, are they going to be making like strategic decisions or how things are distributed or anything like that? Like
At this point, I would say probably not. I will leave that up to you guys. At this point, quartermasters usually do make decisions, essentially all the time, apart from in combat. You're heading, whereabouts to go. They discuss with the captain where they're going next for things, mainly because they're quite a big part of the crew decision. And then combat is really where the captain is reigning supreme. But in the current case, with no longer having a quartermaster, I would say, yeah, you guys between you will make the decision, and we will just have this NPC as a political figure in that respect.
yeah,
I mean, you got a first mate you can put there.
Yeah.
That's true. Elizora theoretically
So
could
Elizora
just be
could be
elevated
the
to quartermaster.
That might be a good shout actually, because the two people I was looking at, I wasn't too happy about, but they were like, because I was thinking either Temrin or Tiberius, but
I will say as well, Elizora, first mate is technically like an apprentice position. You're training to be a captain role figure, so this would just be a promotion to like quartermaster of that leadership role.
I mean, she wanted to be quartermaster before, but then Tim did something. See, if it wasn't for Tim and his shenanigans, Elizora quartermaster, and Barry would have known shit. So, I mean, just
I think
fingers.
I think for better or worse, I think Elizora might be the better person suited for it. So we'll appoint Elizora as the quartermaster.
I think a lot of the crew would probably agree with that generally anyway, because Elizora has generally shown great leadership skills as a first mate.
Yeah, she's taken over whenever Vader's like been knocked out. So, you know,
she made the bargain that got you out of getting all killed by the frog man.
Yeah, which probably went a long way. So no, that's fine. I've added it to the roster, so she'll be that. That's fine. One thing she will say is that it's standard ship procedure for all crew members to get a physical from the doctor, which we have done. So in our defense, he's not making this up. Every time, and I've made sure of this, every time a new person has joined the crew, Tim has checked them over. Every time, because we need to understand what their capabilities are. Every time.
My soldiers are already medically...
To your standards, maybe, but maybe not ours.
I am just alliterating. I will equally add their documentation, if that would make life
means nothing to
easier.
Me. No, fleet documentation means.
I meant for your doctor. He can examine them as he pleases. It will take some time.
Sure, go for it. Hand him over whatever medical records you think. He is a medical professional. Maybe not for your documentations, but he can. He knows his way around the syringe. He knows which side's the point.
Yes, I don't read so good.
So,
speaking of Tim, the minute you get any of these documents, you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I didn't know you could get those there.
This is part of the human anatomy. What?
Yeah, but yes, it is our procedure. Everyone attends a physical by our doctor. So obviously, he'll call you over when it needs to happen. I'm sure Elizora has our
myself included.
Oh, of course, you are now a member of the crew. You also must be checked over.
All right.
Excellent. And she'll leave them to it. I mean, I think I've gotten Barry to do it before, so Elizora will have to sort of orchestrate with Tim who goes when and whatever, the scheduling of all of that. But I'm sure
I will say, just as a quick brush over, because this is like every single one of the officers is a generally peak athletic, physical being.
But what what Vaela will kind of say to Tim on the side for the Commodore, be thorough.
Understood.
Now, for the Commodore, Tim,
Mm.
He's generally a bit colder to the touch.
Mm.
He has a gaping scar from his shoulder down to his hip, all the way across his chest.
Oh wow.
And this thing looked like it was deep. When you inspect closer, his piercing, pale blue eyes kind of has that, like, cloudy-ish touch, like cloudy-ish tint to it. So the whites aren't quite white, they're kind of a greyish to them, but the iris is very much piercing blue. On top of that, his teeth are all in reasonable condition. His heart rate is incredibly slow.
Yeah, this guy's a lich, isn't he?
It's still beating. It's still there.
Mm.
It's on the low end of what you've seen for humans.
I think Tim would ask him, naturally, about his irregularities. When's the last time you saw a doctor?
I see the ship's doctor once a week.
He's human, right? He's
He is
Commodore.
human.
Okay.
I think you'll find everything to be in working order.
Well, relatively. What's your diet like?
I eat when I wish to eat.
When did you last eat?
I had breakfast this morning.
What did you eat? Was it souls?
I'm literally thinking soul. Souls.
He just goes, I believe it was some bread and cheese, and I believe I was kindly gifted a small bit of salted pork we were holding on to as part of our journey. Is
Well,
there
that'll
anything
checks
you want
out.
to ask me directly, Doctor? Are you done?
What are you?
I am the Commodore. I am Cleric Kane. In medical senses, I am human. Is there anything else you would like to ask, Doctor?
I'd be able to tell if he was undead, though, right? I have
You would
intimate
see
enough knowledge.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have a vision to see undead souls, and
Yeah.
he does not have an undead soul look
He's
to
not
him.
an undead
What does
soul.
Elizora look like in
Aren't
the
you like
Undead
Domain
Soul?
of Death or something? Like Cleric.
I'm grave.
Grave, sorry,
Mm.
okay.
What does
So near enough.
Elizora look like to Tim in that same sense?
Well, Elizora is not in the same sense of undeath. Elizora is very much like, she just looks like regular. There's probably like a kind of like an aura, just a little thin aura of the similar soul-like thing, but nothing that would go, nothing that Tim would suddenly go, oh, Elizora's undead.
Does the Commodore have that same thin effect?
Seemingly not.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess I can try to interface with his soul and see if I detect anything funny with it.
Would you like to try?
Interface with his soul.
I would love to.
Wow.
Right, could you roll
I have
me
an interface with
insight check,
souls all
please?
campaign.
You have a disadvantage on this insight, but could you roll this insight,
Okay.
please?
It's a deep check.
It's a 21 and a unnatural 20.
Wow.
Right.
Time to roll high.
21.
Great
then.
time to roll high.
As you peer deep into the Commodore's eyes, you are looking for something, searching for spirit, for waning, for anything. And you peer, and he's first startled, but then he meets your gaze, and then he looks deep into your eyes, and you see in the colours of his eyes, you see a ship on fire. You see a silhouette of a man falling off board. You see them drowning. You see them drowning and dying. And then, Tim, can you roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Absolutely. 17.
Blasted back both your mind and your body repulsed by 5 feet, and he just says to you, I agreed to the examination. Further prodding must be prohibited.
Perhaps another time then.
Good. I would highly suggest that you prod only when agreed.
Get consent, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim's had these problems before. Very well, dismissed.
I mean, you did say to be thorough, so that was quite thorough.
That's true, yes.
You can't get any more thorough
Tim was
than
being
going into
thorough,
the
but he's
swamp.
scared now.
Yeah.
Even actually on the way out, he'll probably just lean into you, Tim, and just be to say, you're an interesting doctor. I'll be watching.
You're an interesting patient.
I'd expect nothing less.
Tim's gonna run and try and find someone on our crew to freak out with this about.
Well, as he leaves the door, I think that's a good time to end tonight's session. So, what vision did you see in Commodore Krelik's eyes? Is this new mission together the best way forward? Can you retrieve the trident he so knowingly is sure of its location? And will you survive the journey there? Let's find out next time on Pirate Adventures.